Welcome back to another segment of the Gatorade Jamaica Tallawahs fan stand powered by Crickbuster. We have another female fan with us here today. She's from Jamaica and she's going to bring in her Jamaican vibes. So I'm so excited to introduce to you guys Shantell Wellington, who's going to talk about her passion for the Jamaica Tallawahs. How are you doing, Shantell? How's Jamaica?
Hi, I'm doing good. Jamaica is great. It's not as sunny as per usual, but we're taking the showers because the tropical storms are out there and they're passing by. We're glad that it's not direct, so we welcome all the rain that we're getting because it is hot.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. And let's just, pray that the rain stays away from Trinidad so we can enjoy the matches.
I know.
So now, how long have you been following the Jamaica Tallawahs?
Okay, so I've been following the Tallawahs from inception. I'm a huge cricket fan. All the men in my family played cricket, from my grandfather to my brothers, cousins, everybody. So I kind of grew up in the cricket, world. That's how I'm familiar with it, and I just grew to love the sport. So when they're going to games, I'm always tagging along until I actually learn the sport for myself and I know what it is, and so I get to enjoy it without them.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's great. Me as
Yes.
well, one being a female who, supports the sport and can understand the sport, that's absolutely great. So was that why you got that cricket passion? Because of the family, and especially because I think in Jamaica, a lot of people are into cricket. So was that kind of how you were able to get into cricket?
Yeah, so that's how the passion started, through the family, and then through just watching it and going with them, I developed the love myself. So I get it all the time. Oh, you're a girl and you watch cricket. Oh, I don't understand cricket, but it's very exciting. I must say though, I don't like the test format that much. I mean, it's a longer version. I'm more of a 2020 girl and the limited 50 overs because I like the excitement. But I get it a lot. Oh, you're a girl, you watch cricket, but if you sit and learn it, you'll enjoy it. It's a great game.
Exactly. No, definitely. And I cannot agree less. And then especially, speaking of that T20 format and speaking of CPL, you get that most entertainment that's out there. It's one of the biggest parties as well. So why don't you tell us a little bit about, going to the matches? So obviously this year there's no matches happening in Jamaica. So how has that been going? Not being able to go and support your team live, see that excitement, see the big party happening.
Listen, it is not a good feeling at all. I remember last season when we had a limited amount of matches, there was a big uproar about it. We need more matches in Jamaica. And then it release came that we won't be having any this season in Jamaica. I think even before the COVID, I think all the matches were going to be pulled. I was like, man, I'm disappointed. But when you're watching, the feeling is there, but it's not the same when you're at the game, because the excitement, the camaraderie, the people, the vuvuzela, the noise, everything is just on another level. The mound, especially when you're over the restaurant mound, that's like party mode 101. And so the vibe's always nice, and we enjoy that as a people. We enjoy our own company, and if it's one thing about Jamaicans, we go hard for our people. So we definitely miss all the vibes and everything of the matches being played here.
Yeah, and I'm sure, the players are also missing that. Like right now, they have to play in front of, cardboard people. So they're definitely missing all that, all the excitement from the fans. So it's a whole different level. So why don't you share?
I'm sure, and I know some players, they feed off energy, so I'm sure they miss it as well.
Exactly. I think, especially, if you're not performing as well, sometimes, just having the fans support you and get you going, you never know. It's always that support that can get you going. So, it's definitely a change. It's lucky that, at least CPL happened because, with the situation, we were like, we didn't even know what was going to happen. But hopefully, we will see some fans, in the stadium, in the crowds next year. But why don't you share one of your favorite memories from being in the stands in the past?
One of my favorite memories, okay, so Jamaicans, so when you're doing well, they support you and they're all for you. But then when you're not quite performing, it is like they take it so personal. So one of my favorite memories, I was in the stands, and I think this was when Chris Gayle was playing for us, and I think he had made a duck or an egg. I don't remember what it was. And there was this gentleman, he was so livid. And the man was in the stands, and he went on, and he was like, go for myself. Go. And he was so upset, and then everybody around him was dying with laughter. because we were all like, it is not that serious, you know, things happen, it's a game of cricket. But that's one of my highlights, when that gentleman was cursing. And in the previous terms as well, that moment when you catch the ball with the one hand, I like those moments as well. It's very exciting because everybody's fighting to catch that ball. So I love that as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I can imagine, you know, especially that passion that, you know, fans have, that, you know, sometimes if things don't go their way and something happens,
Yes.
yeah, it's like a whole different side to them. So that's always fun to watch, you know, seeing all
Trust
the fans
me,
that support the team. Yeah, no, absolutely. So now, this season,
Yes.
which Tallawahs has impressed you the most?
All right, so this season I've watched probably about one out of all the matches that went on, because it's in a time, you know, you're going to work and the COVID and everybody's kind of distracted. But so far, and it's always been my favorite player. So I'm going to name two persons because I realize everyone is always choosing him. So of course, I'm always impressed by Andre Russell, and he's somebody I know personally.
Yeah.
So, you know, we grew up together, and I'm happy in where he has come. He's come a long way, progressed professionally. I'm very, very proud of him. And also Rovman Powell. I know that, you know, he's been having just a little bit of struggle this season, but I'm also very impressed in the fact that, you know, he's been given this task at hand and he's doing a good job. And just to see young people progressing and people taking a chance and giving them that step, it is something to be proud of as a young person myself. So Rovman Powell, kudos to you, sir.
Yeah, no, definitely. I want to also speak about how lucky he's been with the toss. I think he's only lost 1 or 2 tosses this whole CPL season.
Yes.
He's been so lucky with the tosses. Like, absolutely always just spot on. So, you know,
it's
that is
maybe
definitely
destiny
something
for him.
Definitely. And obviously, you know, speaking of Andre Russell,
yeah, it's definitely his time. You know, everything in perfect timing.
Yep. Yeah, you can never go wrong with, you know, having Russell be one of your favorite Tallawahs, because, you know, the way he performs, the way
Say that again for me.
I'm saying the way Andre Russell has performed, you can never go wrong with choosing him as, you know, one of the favorite Tallawahs. The way he performs,
right? Yes,
game,
definitely.
yeah, like, you know that if he's there, you know, anything can happen, and he's always showed that in any matches he's played. So he's always been a huge plus for the Tallawahs.
Exactly.
So I know you mentioned, you know him. Is there anything you can share about him that, you know, he wouldn't mind? So maybe the fans would get to know something.
Sorry, repeat that for me because you faded out in the end. You want me to share something about Russell?
Yeah, Russell. So I know, you know, you've personally known him. If there's any kind of fact that you know about him out of the field.
Right. Well, one thing I probably will share a long time memory. Well, first of all, he's a fun person to be around. If you're around him, you're going to laugh. And then he behaves like he's a whole dancer. So he behaves like he's a whole dancer. So when you see him going to action, it's like, all right, maybe this is not your, you know, up your alley. But he's a very fun person to be around, a very free-spirited, you know, always giving back to the community, his friends. And he is very caring. And I admire that about him. And also, I remember one time when we were younger, and this is when I was just coming into cricket with my brothers, and I was like, who is that guy? And who is that tall, handsome guy? Mm-hmm. And fun fact, I don't think many of my friends don't know, when they see this interview, they're going to be like, really? When I was going to high school, I was graduating, I was like, you know, I'm going to ask Russell if he can come to my prom. And he did. So he was my prom date back in high school. So we're very good friends. And as I said, I'm very proud of him. He has a great spirit. He's very free-spirited and, you know, fun person to be around.
That must have been an exciting prom day. He must have danced a lot.
I know. So then we were at the table and everybody was looking because he was growing in popularity at the time. And everybody was like, oh, so she brought Russell to the prom. So it was a good little vibe.
Now, is there anyone in the Tallawahs team that you would want to meet? So I know you've met many of the players, but is there anyone, or even in CPL, you know, a player you've been wanting to meet or get an autograph from?
So I I wanted to get Glenn Phillips' autograph. I don't think I got it because what happens is I work in hospitality as well. So I always get to see them because they stay in the hotel that I work. So I always get to see them, but I never got the chance to ask him for autographs. I'd want his because growing up, I have a book actually that I just get autographs in. So I have like Brian Lara, I have Jacquees Callis, those South African players. I have my book well put down because I was a huge South African team fan with the Jacquees and the AB de Villiers, that set of persons. So I'd want to add Glenn Phillips from the Tallawahs in my book.
Yeah, and I mean, he's definitely been a Tallawahs, who's been performing.
He has been a star.
Well. Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
He's been a star. So now, hopefully things go right. And if Tallawahs make it to the finals, which team do you think they'll be playing against? So why don't we just make a quick prediction? We're going to pray and hope that, that Tallawahs make it to the finals. They're in the semis right now, so it's going to be a tough game for them, playing through an undefeated team. So which team do you think that the Tallawahs have a chance of playing in the finals?
Okay. So I'm thinking Trinidad is going to be in the finals.
Okay.
So they're a good team. I mean, they're all-rounded. But I think for the Tallawahs, if everyone is on form and everyone performs, I think we will do well against them because, it all comes down to everyone being on form, playing their part, and just being at the top of your game. But we know that cricket is tricky, you go there, you're on form, and then bloop, you're out.
Yeah.
So I think I would say Trinidad just because they're one of the better teams, and it's always good to prove yourself a bit against your best opponent. So that's why I would pick them.
Yeah, absolutely. So now, before we kind of sign off, I want to see how you've been cheering from home and how you'll cheer if Tallawahs make it to the final.
So I'm in my car right now, so I can only scream. But if we make it to the finals, I'm going to send you a video of me on my couch.
Perfect.
So how I cheer for the Tallawahs? Go Jamaica!
No, we're loving this.
So that's definitely. I'm very noisy. I scream. I was like, yes, get it. I'm that girl.
Yeah. I think, being at a game, there's no way you can be without that. You have to be cheering. You have to kind of be in that crowd,
exactly.
in that excitement.
Yes.
So, we're glad that we have fans like you supporting from anywhere, even the car. So hopefully it goes well. The games, going
I know,
forward,
right?
The games going forward go well. So thank you so much again, Shantell.
Yes.
We're going to hope that the Tallawahs do make it to the final. And hopefully we'll get to see you cheering from your couch. Thank you again. And take care.
Yes. Okay. All right. Take care. Bye.
So if you guys enjoyed this fan segment, make sure you guys definitely like and comment. And be sure to download the Jamaica Tallawahs app so that you guys can stay tuned for more exciting news. You can also get your Tallawahs merchandise on the app or www.shop.crickbuster.com. Now, if you want to be featured on the next fan segment, remember, #JTFanstand, show your support for the Jamaica Tallawahs and post it anywhere on social media. We're still looking out for some lucky fans to be featured on the next segment. So I'll see you guys soon, and make sure you guys keep drinking Gatorade.